I believe we are now approaching the first tee, isn't it?
Yes. First tee.
I have the Golf Pro with me from Vipingo. Maybe you briefly introduce yourself.
My name is Promise.
Yes?
I'm the resident assistant pro here.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. And he is taking us around today. You can see there is the first tee.
First tee.
There are 18 of those. And of course a little further down you can see additional ones for the ladies. And I think there's one for competitions, isn't it?
Yeah, we have the back one is championship professional.
Yes.
And then this one, the second one, white. We have white marker.
Yeah.
It's for people with valid handicap.
Yes.
And then that's yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow is for seniors or beginners.
Okay, though I'm a senior, so I would start off from
the
yellow tee, and then you have the ladies' tee.
Then you have the ladies' tee.
That's right. This is for the ladies.
Now this is hole number one.
We are now moving on to hole number one, which goes across a well-kept fairway, I must say. It's not likely you lose many balls unless you hit them into one of those bunkers. We're just passing two. Vipingo Ridge was opened about 10 years ago. That's for the benefit of my readers and viewers, as both a championship golf club and golf course as well as a gated estate. And as we are driving through, you will probably see a couple of villas on the side. Those are, I think, the Lynx villas?
No, these are footprint houses.
Footprint houses.
Footprint houses.
Okay, you can see that.
Yeah, this is where we sell plot.
You sell a plot and
they build their own house.
They build their own house, just like the other one there.
But we have the guidelines.
Yes, of course, they must match certain standards. You cannot just come here and build a shack with iron sheets.
That's true.
That's understood. Yeah, so Vipingo was launched 10 years ago. It has since emerged as the best golf facility in the wider Eastern African region, so not just the core countries of the EAC. And it has attained last year ranking as a PGA golf course. So here, whoever comes here can play golf, which otherwise they can only play in courses mostly in North America, where the PGA, of course, is at home. More homes. So and this means these homes are owned, and in many cases the owners do actually stay on the estate, and when they are not here they come on a regular basis, or in some cases when they are not here they allow Vipingo Ridge management to actually rent out the rooms. I think there are a few of those available. We talk about that later. In the meantime,
this is hole number two.
This is the tee off for hole number two.
It's a par 5.
Yes, it's a par 5 hole, though that is a very long one actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the distance of the golf course one has to go through taking the pro measurements? 6.5 kilometers, 7?
No, it's 8.5 kilometers.
8.5 kilometers. That is more, I believe, than any other course in Kenya. Certainly more than any other course in East Africa I know of. And it speaks for the quality of golfing when you have that length of a course, that gives you the level of challenges which otherwise you miss out on. And that is what makes golfing on a PGA course so exciting, that here you find challenges which you don't find normally on your home course. And I should mention that maintenance is going on here, taking care of the fairways and everything. A day of golf for anyone staying at one of the beach resorts in Mombasa, in Batamu, in Kilifi, in Malindi, they can actually come here and book a golf package, which I saw sells at $70 a day, and it gives you lunch and a round of golf and a caddy. And a caddy as well. So, and then there are packages, of course, available where guests come in and stay for a night, enjoy an evening at the bar with other members, with other residents. The residents I told, these are the residents living in these amazing houses. And that makes Vipingo so very attractive. One, the reason is it costs $70 for a round of golf, all 18 holes, including lunch. There you can see how the green is being maintained. So that is done on a daily basis. You can see how the bunkers are equally well maintained. And $70 for a PGA course, and I don't want to belittle the value of $70, because for many people $70 is a lot of money. $70 might be a month's salary for some low-paid workers, but $70 in comparison of the big scheme of things, playing golf on a PGA course in North America, you pay a great multiple there compared to the $70 you spent here. And that should ideally make Kenya one of the top golfing destinations in East Africa. So people who come to Kenya, come to the Kenya coast. They have a good course at the South Coast in Diani, at Leisure Lodge. They of course have the Mombasa course, Mombasa Golf Club, and they have the Nyali Golf Club. But nothing rivals playing in Vipingo. Not even, and I'm sure my friends in Muthaiga don't like to hear that, but the truth is, Muthaiga cannot match Vipingo. Royal Nairobi, Karen, and all the other courses, I think there are 7 courses in Nairobi, isn't it? They cannot rival what you see here. And this is the amazing thing now, which puzzles me. Why are there not more players on the course? We are just passing over the 3rd tee. We are now approaching, fair distance down the fairway, the 3rd hole. But the question really is, why aren't there more players on this course? It's wonderful weather today. It's not too hot. We have a nice little breeze. So I must ask myself, what can we do to get more golfers into Kenya, and to get more golfers who visit Kenya come to Vipingo? Down there you can see the ocean, and of course more villas.
That's a backup dam.
They are building, as you hear, a new dam, which is serving as backup, but there is a natural dam on the other side of the golf course. I've been there, I've seen it. That's where the water comes from, supplying all the villas and helping, of course, to keep fairways and greens green, and the entire state for that matter. So Yes, more bunkers, and ahead is a flag of the third hole. We will probably not do all 18 holes. I will do a final clip when we are driving up to the clubhouse to the 18s, and then I think I've earned myself a visit to the 19th hole, which is a traditional water hole for golfers, aka bar, and then have a cup of tea, which is what I drink. How many staff do you have working here?
We have over 500 staff.
Over 500 staff? That's an amazing number. 500 staff, and I think the majority of them ground staff.
Ground staff, yeah, majority of them.
Gardening and
yes. Security.
Security. I've seen security last night actually walking the compound with guard dogs.
Yes.
I think that is a new innovation. I haven't seen that when I was here last. Though that speaks obviously for how security conscious Vipingo is. Of course, they have a lot of members of high political and commercial standing. We are catching up with the ladies who are doing their Wednesday ladies round every Wednesday, and of course more staff here and more villas. All of that looks very good. I believe the ladies captain in the yellow, in the yes. So she's amongst them. Yes, and you can see, my dear readers and viewers, I'm recognized wherever I go. Thank you.
She's the lady captain.
Yes, this is a captain making her selection of her club, and we are going to just watch her briefly how she tries to put her ball on the green.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. We shall see when we reach the green how far it travelled. And of course, this one went into the bunker, but they're relatively close to the pin, so that should not pose too much of a problem. But you can see the lady captain's shot rolled way over the green on the other side. Yes, let's see what she is doing. Also leaves the green, hopefully not into another bunker. Right, and on we move. He leaves the ladies behind.
So, since you are not going to do 18 holes,
no, we are not doing 18 holes.
Can we go to the back 9 and see the other
side? Oh yes, you can, absolutely. And you can see more villas. It's very interesting to see there is a mixed ownership here of Kenyans, East Africans, and also an increasing number of residents of overseas countries, from Europe for instance. And they of course prefer to come out to Kenya with its wonderful weather during the European winter and enjoy their time. Vipingo has its own beach, which is managed by Vipingo Ridge, and guests can have transport to go down there. You know, frolic in the sand. You get snacks, you get cold drinks, everything you need for a day down at the beach. And of course, those with an inclination to do some deep sea fishing, this is also possible. Fishing trips can be arranged from here in Malindi and Matamu, some of the greatest waters off the eastern seaboard in Africa, where catches are phenomenal. Many world records have been pulled out there. Today, of course, in best tradition of sustainability, most of these fish caught are measured, tagged, and then released.
Number 10.
So, in the distance you can see the clubhouse. This is one hole with many bunkers, so that's a very tricky approach, I think, to the green. So you have to be either real good to take a long shot, or you just go step by step, pole pole, as we say here in Kenya. Is that a par 5 as well?
It's a par 5.
It's a par 5. Distance?
535.
535 meters. So obviously, you know, top golfers have the ability to come very close with their first tee shot to the green, but it is fraught with dangers because you've seen great many bunkers protecting the green. So this is another tee.
This is a signature hole, stroke index one of the most difficult holes.
This is hole number 16.
Number 16.
Yes, hole number 16, described as a signature hole. So that means it certainly must be very tricky, very challenging to play.
Absolutely.
And you can see down the fairway at the end, you see bunkers. So only the most daring ones would tee off over the trees and try to hit in the vicinity of the green. Everyone else would probably take a shot close to the bunkers, and then that's why it's called the links course, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I've done my homework, dear readers and viewers. It's not that I come here totally unprepared, and the golf language is not entirely alien to me. I used to play when I still lived in Mombasa many, many decades ago. And of course, in the family we have golfers too, which is my son-in-law and my daughter, and they and their family also have a residence here. B1, so yeah. It's nice to be here. Now here we are coming down to another water feature, but this is not part of the main dam. This is
just a lake.
Scooped out a little lake, a little pond.
We call it Lake Victoria.
Lake Victoria, that's where I live, but obviously, you know, this is much smaller. What I would recommend anyone who is here and a ball goes into the water, do not search, because in the main dam there are crocodiles, and there is no guarantee that some of them are not making their way up here. So for the price of a golf ball you might lose a leg or worse. I'm just saying, you know, these are things we locals consider. We don't step into water because we know what lives in there. You don't have hippos up here. Well, that's a small blessing, because those can be very aggressive, of course. We see more villas. This one, more traditional look with the classic quarry stones. These are coral rock blocks. This is a very classic look of a beach house in Kenya. And we are going along another water feature here as we are making our way to this. It's a 16th, isn't it? 16th pin. Again, you can see protected by a number of bunkers and water features on the side. So your approach shots need to be very accurate if you are not prepared to lose your ball. Yes. That is a monitor lizard.
Yes.
I couldn't quite catch it, but this was a monitor lizard and it was about 2.5 feet long. Not a very big one. I've seen monitor lizards of 6 and more feet. But there is wildlife here, because after all, this used to be a wilderness area as part of the Vipingo estate, which produced sisal, still does, but it split off a considerable amount of. Yeah, our bro wants to tell me something. Yes.
Yeah. This is Vipingo Ridge, and Vipingo Ridge and Rare Vipingo are different things.
Yes, Rare Vipingo split off. That's the name of the company, publicly quoted. They split off a considerable amount of land on the ridge, which was not in use for growing of sisal, and the owners here acquired several thousand hectares of pure wilderness and converted it into what turns out to be Eastern Africa's finest golf course, 18 holes. There are plans to expand it to 36, but those are not going to be realized anytime soon. In the meantime, does the management here concentrate on selling more plots and selling more villas and promoting the property so that one eventually has to apply for playing times. Right now it's still possible to come here and play at $70 a day, including lunch and a caddy for all 18 holes. So it's in the 16th hole. We are coming, I believe, to number 17. 17. The pin is here, again protected by an extensive water feature and bunkers. And you can see more villas nearby. And now we are moving on to number 9. And then we go up towards the clubhouse, where the famous 18th hole is found, and where the 19th hole is located. That's how golfers normally refer to the bar. And my caddy is smiling from ear to ear because he knows, of course, exactly what I'm talking about. That's where the successes are celebrated, like a hole-in-one or an excellent round, and that's where the misfortunes are drowned, isn't it?
Correct.
Plenty of beer, plenty of brandy, whiskey, whatever one's poison is. This is a river which goes to the clubhouse, which, you know, I've taken pictures of that. And one can see the fairway is in excellent shape. I mean, this is well and truly PGA standard. And ahead of us now is the clubhouse. This is where our tour started. And this is of course where the tour will end. This is the approach to the 9th hole, and on the opposite side of this little island, because it is an island, water runs all around it, is the 18th hole. And of course whoever approaches number 9 and number 18 wants to perform especially well, because the rest of the memberships and visitors and whatnot, they all sit up there and pass judgment. A well-kept bunker. The clubhouse. Up there is a sign, PGA Golf Course, Vipingo Ridge in Kenya. And isn't that something? Last week I was at the magical Kenya Travel Expo, and I can only confirm, when I see something like that, there is magic in Kenya in many ways. And here you can see the water feature. That is what feeds the streams and ponds and little lakes, and of course a bed up there, and wonderful. And here we are coming back. Some people, here we are coming back to the clubhouse, and we complete our tour of this wonderful golf course. We haven't seen all holes. For that, you please come yourself. Log online to Vipingo Ridge. Book your rooms. Book your day of golf for $70 at a go. And all I can say, this is a golfing experience few of you would expect to find here in Kenya. So for now, Eddie, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the tour of Vipingo, and we'll talk later as usual. Log on to my blog to get the latest news about aviation, travel and conservation in the wider Eastern African region, all the way out to the Indian Ocean Islands. For now, it's goodbye.